Happy Wednesday again, everybody. So it's been an interesting week in the markets. S&P 500 is still pretty much flat overall. I know last week we talked about how it broke the trend line, back over that trend line, but it's got some interesting action today with the presidential tweet that was going out right around 11:18 a.m. my time. Market didn't seem to like that, and it was really the only thing that I saw that caused that move today. One of the other interesting things is I'm going to pull up the chart of TNX, which is the 10-year Treasury Index. It hit the highest levels today, and I want to say almost 7 years. So that is definitely something to note. So I think this is the highest level it's seen since about 2011, 2010, it looks like. So that's something to pay attention to with those rising interest rates that I mentioned on the update last week. Some of the other recent things as far as the rest of the market goes is we've had quite a few small cap bios that have been going absolutely crazy. One, for example, is this VTVT. Again, they take the entire float, they trade it in one day, and then they ramp it into the next one. So this has been going on quite a few days, especially today. It was wild everywhere, like INPX did the same kind of move today. Big moves on all these names, and then they just let them go. So that's something to be aware of, is that small tech or small cap bios, when they take the float on some of these that are just beaten down absolutely massively, like you can see, the trades on there are pretty spectacular. One of the ones today, I think everybody knows that Harmony has done since they were really popular with MoviePass. They've gone pretty much straight down. They've had a lot of warrants, a lot of shares, and you can see how many times that even after the split that they did recently at $20, they're down to a penny, but sometimes these can provide some pretty interesting intraday trades, like we saw today where they got a credit finance facility and it actually almost did a 4x intraday. So a lot of the focus that I see is going at a lot of these small cap names, whether they're biotech or not. And it's pretty rare for these to always move, but it is starting to get towards the end of the year, so a lot of these names start to just make some random moves. One of the other things is a lot of these U.S. marijuana companies, a lot of these are just absolute junk. Some are okay, but I noticed that they are starting to uptrend with the Canadian names not really doing anything. So we still have the upcoming Canadian legalization, I believe, in about 2 weeks. So that's something to pay attention to as well. But a lot of these names, and the best way to kind of track these is through the MJ ETF. Kind of accounts for a lot of these big names, though, like CGC, Cron, and all those. So that's something to just be aware of. But that is going to be something that I'm going to be focusing on the next week, are the small cap names that are lower priced. So just kind of be aware of that. Some of these names, even if they're completely irrelevant or they're brand new, they can make some pretty crazy moves in a single day. So do a lot of the scanning that you do, and you'll be able to find some of these trades. So just to recap again, interest rates are probably one big main focus, as that new high hit today pretty abruptly. Something to be aware of. So talk to you guys next week.